Greetings. This is Nattyisisyah, and I'm gonna be helping our people become vegan. Basically, is what I'm doing. And if you follow me from any of my other channels, then you know that I am working to make that happen. It's been a minute, but one thing that I really want people to do and to consider is to simply make a small change first, right? Because changing your diet completely is such a dramatic and drastic change for some people that they just don't know how to cope. And it can lead to further problems down the line, nutritionally, mentally, health wise. Um, so, what I'm going to start with, and this is something, doesn't take a lot of research, it shouldn't take a lot of convincing. Um, and it's something that anybody can do today. It doesn't matter whether you're pregnant, it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter any type of financial status, and it also anybody can do it depending on whether they're a child, and practically any type of health condition. But of course, if you are suffering from any type of major health condition, you probably should do some research. But I can probably guarantee you that drinking water can change your life and probably make you a lot healthier. So before we actually go full fledged into the vegan wild black challenge or just becoming vegan, I just called it that just for online purposes and so people can find this type of information anywhere online that I'm going to be presenting, is that we do a vegan, or sorry, we do a water fast or we do a water cleanse, water challenge, whatever you want to call it. Um, One of the reasons for this is because it's a lot of people actually don't drink water. Believe it or not, a lot of people are actually drinking a lot of teas, coffee, fruit drinks, sodas, smoothies, even um, all of that, right? In place of water, and we actually need to get more water into the diet. Your body does not subsist off of tea, even if it's green tea, smoothies, coffee, sports drinks, sodas, pop, what have you, right? You actually need water. So what we're gonna do is for about the next 10 days, we're gonna do a water fast first, right? Um, Again, water is needed by pretty much every cell in your body. Various body functions, you have very few um, body functions that don't require H2O per se. Um, Also, it's easier, right? Instead of when you become a vegan, you're talking about wiping out a whole class of menus, a range and variety of things that you've been eating your whole life, right? And a lot of people complain, I don't want to give that up, or um, I have cravings for it. And what I've also noticed is that sometimes when you do have cravings for food, you're not really craving food. You might have a food disorder, an eating disorder, or an eating some certain eating habits that are not good. You might have um, through conditioning and whatnot. Sorry about that. But sometimes if you simply just drink water, you will notice that you don't crave that food anymore. Sometimes your body is actually crying out for water. So what we're going to do is for the next 10 days, I want you to join me on a water fast, on a water cleanse. And now, when I say water fast and water cleanse, I'm going to get into exactly how we're going to do that. But before we do that, I also want you to consider some other things. And that is that about 80% of the population in America, probably all of North America, is dehydrated, right? Um, I'm going to talk about that some more over the next few days. Um, and also for the next few days, every day I'll probably post a video um, just going over some water facts with you to kind of help you, encourage you along the way. I'm not going to just say, let's do a water fast and just drink water in front of the camera for 10 days. We're going to actually build on this, right? So um, I want you to follow me with this because it's going to help you as you become a vegan. Um, it's early in the morning, so my eyes usually leak water. It's funny, but water is going to help you to understand your cravings, because one of the things that you want to do when you are craving food is you want to challenge your craving, right? You don't want to just give in. If you're becoming vegan and your body is telling you eat meat, how are you ever going to become a vegan if you just go and eat the meat? So it's the same thing with water. Um, when you could be thinking that you're thirsty for a cup of tea or a cup of mocha cappuccino, whatever the case may be, but reach for water instead, right? Drink that and see how you feel. Um, Over the course of the 10 days, you're going to notice some benefits. Um, some of them you're probably actually going to have withdrawal. A lot of people don't realize just how addicted they are to coffee. They don't realize how addicted they are to tea and the caffeine in these drinks. um, Another thing people are going to notice is that they're going to notice just how thirsty they've been, how dehydrated. I'm not trying to be funny, but you are going to notice how thirsty and dehydrated you have been all your life, just drinking all of these type of beverages, right? Of course, there's going to be the obvious financial saving. You're not going to be spending $5 on a cup of hot chocolate or whatever the case may be anymore. Um, and you can use that money towards something better. You could donate. You could get some things that are actually going to make you healthier, make healthier choices, alternatives. Um, Also, with the water challenge, I'm not necessarily telling people to go out there and buy water, right? I know a lot of people have heard about distilled water, um, mineral water, Fiji water, all these type of waters. We can go over that. But for the most part, I just want you to continue to drink whatever it is that you're already drinking. So if you're drinking water at the tap, you're going to continue to do that. If you um, get water from the Brita machine in front of the stores or whatever, or in the stores, continue to do that. If you buy gallon jugs, get more. If you if you filter your own water at home, filter some more. Boil water. Whatever you do, I'm like crying here. Whatever you do, you're going to continue to do it. Just make sure that you have more throughout the day. Like, for example, one thing you can do is definitely want to get something like this. These are what I work with for the most part. These bigger jugs here. Um, I could drink one of these jugs pretty much by myself. Um, this jug might take a little bit more work, but I can get there too. And I've been doing this for a minute now, so it's something that you want to gradually adapt to. Um, but you definitely want to establish this good type of drinking habit, which can flow over to your eating habits, right? Because once you again start to drink more water, you become more conscious of your eating habits, of your cravings, of your body's messages that it's sending you. Because it's like, if you are, say today we say we're not going to eat any more meat, dairy products, um, white rice or white wheat, any type of those things. Say we decide that we're going to go raw vegan today. Many of you are not going to make it. All right, it's just the bottom line. But because you're going to get cravings, and you're probably going to eat more. Actually, you're probably going to do the opposite of what it is the purpose of a vegan challenge, or just going vegan would be. You might have withdrawals. um, and that's whether you go cold turkey or not. Just the fact that you have not addressed certain eating habits and eating disorders can lead you to further eating out of place, right? So I want you to basically become more conscious of that, and also observe what the water is doing for you, right? Um, I've seen that people can have um, actual anxiety You know, if you've been drinking coffee your whole life and now you're just drinking water, you can actually have the trembles and all that type of stuff. But you got to work through it. Drink more water, right? You know, it's something that can even probably help you come off of other type of addictions um, that our people definitely need help with. I've seen wonders with people who even don't necessarily quit their addictions or whatever, but actually embrace a better eating drinking habit, and even that helps them. And of course, if they stop, then things go back downhill. But what you need is basically a coach or somebody to work with, somebody to help you. And since I can't be there with everybody at every moment, I decided to, of course, do these videos. So definitely want to share this video with anybody who you think it can benefit. Anybody who does want to become vegan, anybody who doesn't want to drink less carbonated drinks, water, soda, tea, um, those type of beverages. Fruit drinks, believe it or not, are not necessarily the best for you. Um, and we're going to be talking about whether you should wait for your craving to kick in before you drink the water. We're going to be talking about myths about drinking water. Do you really need 8 glasses of water a day? Are we really dehydrated? Um, I've heard some weird things about drinking water. We're going to go over those myths. Um, But ultimately, before we do this vegan cleanse for the next 10 days, we're going to reset your taste buds. We're going to reset your mentality, your thoughts about drinking water, your awareness. We're going to reset um, your eating habits, your drinking habits. We're going to reset your everything that you've learned so far about beverages and food overall, because we've been bombarded with propaganda campaigns from people trying to get you to buy these beverages. You don't who how many people here know how to make pop, right? How many people know how to make um the smoothie that you're buying at the store? How many people know how to grow their own tea? How many people can make their own wine, right? So why are you drinking these things that are not readily available to you through your own blood, sweat, and tears, right? Why are you drinking these things? Where in nature are these things from, right? Of course, tea you can grow yourself, but why aren't you? What about the wild, natural plants and herbs around you? Why aren't you drinking those herbs? Why aren't you drinking those teas, right? Um, One thing that is abundant in nature is water, right? I seen an interview. I can't remember the lady's name, and she made a some type of report or something or video. Water everywhere, not a drop to drink. If anybody can send me the link to any type of information about that, just please do. But I definitely heard her speak. I'm sorry about this, but it's definitely early. But yeah, then there's also people who have healed people in prisons with water, just plain water. So water is definitely something that everybody should consider making a permanent change towards to better their health, um, and basically get more energy. Like, people don't believe just how much more energy you can get from water, because when you are drinking these other drinks, they have other elements and chemicals attached to them that split off from the water. So you think you're drinking water, but you're drinking other elements and minerals and stuff that get used elsewhere, and you just are left with even less water than that 8 ounce cup of coffee or tea that you started out with. So we're gonna go through that. Um, Also, to boost your immunity, right? People don't realize how beneficial water is for that. Your vibrance, your focus, and of course to lose weight, and all of those things. So if you want to be part of that for the next 10 days, definitely subscribe. Um, Follow the other videos that I'll be sending you. Send me your email to the link that I'll post in the description below. Share this video, let your friends and family know, and look out for the rest of the videos. Peace.